Okay, so in this video we are going to add a feature to write a review for a product. Okay, so we are going to deal with the product list screen in this video. Okay, so first we'll be creating the controller, to write a product review along with the number of stars for that product, and then later we'll be integrating that in our front end, and we'll be creating a UI also for that to add the rating for a product and also a comment, and then we are going to store the instance in the database. Okay, so this video is going to be a little longer, so please bear with me. So let's take the first step to create a controller to write a review for the product. So I'm just going right above the export and creating a function. So let's call this function create product review, and set that to an async function within the async handler. All right, so async, which takes in the request, the response, and then we are going to first of all get the body data from the front end that we are sending. Okay, so let's destructure the two things that we will be sending from the front end, that is the rating and the comment. Okay, so let's destructure that rating and then the comment. So that is coming from rec.body. Okay, so now we need to check based on the product. Okay, so we'll also be getting the query params for that particular product that we are writing a review. So let's check if that product exists. So const product equals await product dot find by id, not like this. So we are going to find the product based on the URL params. So rec.params dot id. All right, so if the product exists, then we are going to deal with the further operations. Okay, so if product, then we are going to first of all just check if the particular user has already written a review. So if the user has written a review, we do not want the same user to write a review again. So let's create a variable to check that. So let's say let's call this already reviewed, and set this to product. Okay, so this product itself has a property called reviews. Okay, so if I show you in our product model, so you see we have this review schema, which is an array of the product reviews. Okay, so we have created in the form of an array, so it has to be in this structure. Okay, so first of all, we need the user who created this review, then the name, the rating, and the comment. Okay, so let's now go and uh, create that. So this has product.reviews, right? And we are going to find based on that array. Okay, so since it's an array, we can find based on the review. And so for every review, we are going to check the user review dot user. Okay, so that the underscore id of the user, so we are going to compare that with the logged in user. Okay, so that is triple equal to rec dot user dot underscore id. Okay, so if that matches, then we have already having a review with that user, so we do not want to write another review for that user. So let's throw an error for right after that. So let's check if already reviewed. Then we want to res.status for 400, which means a bad request. Then throw new error, and saying that product already reviewed. Like that. Okay, so I hope that's clear. So now let's go ahead, and if this is false, then we want to create a review. Okay, so let's go right under this, creating a variable called review. So this will be an object of the particular review. Okay, since we have defined that in our schema as well, right? So this particular object, and we are going to define based on that. So review, and set that to first is the name of the user. Okay, so that is coming from rec dot user dot name, so the logged in user's name. Then we want to store the rating. Okay, so this rating sometimes will be in the form of a string. Okay, so this should be in the form of a number, so I'm going to convert that to a number. So I can just say plus rating, like that. So that will convert to a number, and then the comment itself, and finally the user object. Okay, so user, and that is coming from rec dot user dot underscore id. So the id of the user we are storing. All right, so we have this review object. Now let's now go ahead and store this within our product dot reviews. So we have the product, right? So the product model dot reviews. Okay, so reviews, so this is an array, right? So we can append that by using the push method, and we are going to push the particular review this object. Okay, so let's set that to review, and let's also update the particular number of reviews count for this particular product. Okay, so let's product product dot num reviews. Okay, so this has a property of that, so if you can check in our product model, and let's set that to product dot reviews dot length. So since this is an array, we can calculate the length, reviews dot length. All right, so and also now we need to calculate the average rating of the product. Okay, so let's like use the average formula. So that has a property called product dot rating, right, within our schema. So we want to set that to product dot reviews dot reduce. Okay, so this is a higher order array method. So in order to calculate the particular, to boil down to one value, so the first two parameters are the accumulator and then the item itself. So we can call it item, and this will return the item dot rating. Okay, and add that to the accumulator. So we are like calculating the total number of reviews. Okay, so this is how you can do that. So the accumulator, and then the initial value of accumulator will be 0. Okay, so then we want to divide this whole thing by the product dot reviews dot length. Okay, so we are calculating the length, product dot reviews dot length. Alright, so this will give us the average rating of the product, and finally we are done. Let's save the product instance to our database. So await product.save, product.save, and let's give a status code in the form of a response and also a message. So res.status, that is 201 for something created.json. We are going to send the message. Okay, so you can also do this like saying that message review added, like that. Okay, or if you want, you can directly send a text like that. So I guess this should be the convention of sending a response. Okay, so let's handle the else part. So if there is no product, then we are going to set the status code to 404 not found, then throw new error, product not found. Alright, so that's done. Let's finally export this. What is that? Create product review. Alright, so now let's go ahead and create a route for this. So let's go to a product model. The product routes. Let's chain another method for this. So actually not like this. Okay, so we just need the router dot colon id and then the reviews. So let's go right under this router dot route, and that is going to slash id colon id and then the review, like that. Okay, so and we are going to make a post request to that, and we want to like protect this. Okay, so the user must be logged in, so in order to write a review, so we do not want to restrict this only to an admin. Okay, so be careful with that. So protect and then call the create review function. Okay, so create product review. Okay, so that's done. We are, I guess, done for the backend. Let's now go ahead and make a request to this front end by passing in the comment of the product and also the rating. Okay, so now let's go to our client, and within the screens we have the product list screen, right? Sorry, just the product screen. So we have already created this particular product details. Okay, so we have displayed all the different details of the product along with the button to add to cart. So we want to go right below that and create a section to add a product review. Okay, so let's now go ahead and paste in the JSX, which you can also find it within this JSX folder for this where is that product screen. Okay, so right here, so I'll just see you in a moment. So within our JSX folder, we have this product screen, right? So which you can also find with in my Git repository. So we are right now going to grab this for the customer reviews. Okay, so I'll just be copying this right from here. Okay, so let's copy this and go to our main product screen within our screens folder. So we have the where is that product screen, and let's go right at the bottom and paste it there. So I guess I'm not sure where do I actually post, so I need to post it right below this. Yeah, so that's done, and now let's have a look at our UI. What do we actually have? Okay, so let's verify that. So if we click on any one of the product, let's see what do we have. So we have a heading for the customer reviews, and a very big I guess it should not be so big also. So anyways, so text area to write the product review here, and also the rating, which is for the moment empty. Okay, so we'll be mapping out those five numbers. Okay, so we'll be displaying them as a drop down to select the rating, and also a button to submit the review. And here we just need to have a login functionality, like only the logged in user should be able to write a review. So we'll be like conditionally rendering these two sides. Okay, so we have this for the moment. So let's now go ahead and create a state to when user writes a review, and also to when user clicks on a rating. And also let's create a API slice. When we click on the submit review, it should submit both of this details to the backend and create a review for this product. Okay, and after that we'll also be listing all of the customer reviews over here in the form of a box. Okay, so first let's go and create a API backend to send all of the information to the to create a product review. So let's go to our slices, and within the products API slice, we can create an endpoint to create a review. So let's call this create review, and set this to builder dot mutation, and set this to a function which in turn takes in the query. Okay, and there we are going to pass in the product data. Okay, so we can just call this data, and then we are going to return this object with the URL that is going to be I'm writing within this template string. That is the products URL, and going to add in the colon ID. Okay, so remember we need to also like what we specified here. Okay, so colon ID, then the review. Okay, so let's do that. So colon ID, so that is coming from data dot product ID. Okay, and then slash review. Okay, so that's done. Now let's also we need to specify the method that is going to be post, and the body. So we are going to pass in the data. Okay, so this will be an object which contains the review and the comment. Okay, so let's put a comma here probably, and yeah, so let's now export use create not like this, use create review mutation, like that. And now let's go to our product screen and create a state for those two input values. Okay, so I'm just going right below this. So let's call this um, user comment, set user comment, and set this to use state, and the initial value is going to be an empty string. All right, so what's wrong? Okay, so anyways, so let's also create one for the rating. Let's call this user rating, set user rating, and the initial value is going to be 5. Okay, so use state, so that is going to be 5. Okay, so 5 is a maximum rating that we can give for a product, so that will be our initial state. So now let's go ahead and bind this within our input fields. So right here, so within this text area, let's give a value of the, what is that, user comment. Okay, and let's give on change handler. So on change, we are going to run a function which takes in the event parameter. Okay, so then we want to set the user comment to e dot target dot value. All right, so that's done. Now we'll also do let's do the same for the rating. Okay, so first of all, we need to map across all the possible ratings that that the user can actually give for the product. So let's open our expression here, and let's give an array of 5 numbers, so 1 2 3 4 5, where the user has to choose in between this range, and dot map. So for every rating, so I can just call this r. So we are going to return the option tag. Okay, so uh, option. Okay, not like this, and there we are going to first pass in the key prop, so that is going to be rating. Okay, so the rating itself, which is of course a number, and the value is going to be the rating. Okay, and then we want to set the particular uh, rating object. Okay, sorry, the rating, the number. Okay, and we want to call this stars. Okay, so that many stars you want to rate for this product. Okay, so that's done. Now let's create a value for this. So that is going to be user review user rating, sorry, and on change, so that is going to be set, sorry, e, then set user rating to e dot target dot value. Okay, so that's done. So this should be like this, set user rating, so that's what we called it, right? Yeah, actually I just made a typo. All right, so that's done. Now let's have a look at what do we have. So if we refresh, you see that we have a drop down for the rating, so we can just select whatever rating we want for the particular product, and then click on submit review. Okay, so now let's pass on the information to create a review. So when we click on this button, I'm going to give a on click handler, which will call the function handle create review. All right, so let's now go ahead and create that function, and let's make sure that we call that create review function that we created in our API slice. So let's create that function, which takes in the event parameter, and we just need to make this async as well. Okay, so let's prevent the default behavior. So e dot prevent default. All right, so now let's import the create review function that we create. So I'm going right below this. So what is that, create review, and then the is loading state, and then if there's any error, I guess we don't need the error, so every time I keep forgetting about that. So we'll use create product mutation, and yeah, so these two are conflicting, so you can call this um, loading review, uh, loading create review. Okay, so now let's call that function here. So I'm going to get the response. So await create review. Okay, and then pass in our first of all we need the product id, right? To which product are we making this review, so that we are getting from the url params. Okay, so that is going to be product id, and then we want to send in the review. Okay, so what did we call that in our product controller? The rating and the comment. Okay, so let's specify that values, okay, within our product screen. So rating, and set that to user rating, and then the comment, set that to user comment, like that. All right, so let's finally unwrap. Okay, so if everything goes well, we are going to send in a toast message saying that toast dot success created product review. We can, or probably you can say review submitted successfully. Okay, we can just call it review submitted, and we want to empty the values of these two. Okay, so we want to set the user comment to, okay, not like this, set user comment to an empty string. And also let's refetch. Okay, so let's also get that from this, so that we get the fresh data for this product. And let's call that function here. All right, and finally let's handle the catch part. Okay, actually I didn't forgot to open my try catch. Okay, let's push that top. Now within our catch, let's probably we have handled this anywhere. Okay, so let's go to our any other screen. So if there is any error, I'm going to show that in the form of a toast message. Okay, I guess I need to import toast. Toast, yeah, it's already imported. So I guess everything is done. So I guess instead of this, we can get the message from the response that we are sending. So rest dot message. Okay, so I forgot about that. So everything looks good. Now let's go and test it if everything is working. So there are a few mistakes I made within this create product review function that I'll be fixing it right now. So this should be reg.params.id. So by mistake I gave it a comma. Okay, and that's fixed. And this should be reduce. And by mistake I typed it as reviews. So reduce. Okay, so sometimes this VS Code suggestions, like if I just type in enter, it will sometimes put in some other value. So that's done. Now I guess everything should work. So with that changes, if I try to write a review now, let's say amazing product, like that, and I'm going to give it 5 stars and hit on submit review. um, I don't know, for some reason it didn't make a call, I guess. So let's have a look at our console. You know what, I'm just used to getting errors every single time. So anyways, let's have a look at our network tab, and let's click on this. Let's type in the same. Okay, let's give it some value, and for some reason it is not making the right request. It is just going to API slash products. It should go to slash the ID and then the review. Maybe I made some mistake within my like API slice, so I'll have a look at that. So this should be create review mutation. Okay, so not create product. So that was the reason it was making a call to creating a product. So create review mutation, like that. So I made multiple calls to create the product. So I have so many instances of like the sample product within my database. So I just went ahead and deleted them all. Okay, so now everything is fixed. Now let's now have a look at what do we have, if it is working or not. So if I type in a comment again, amazing product, and give it like, let's say, 5 stars again. So let's click on submit review. Yeah, we see now the reviews now added. Okay, so in the next video we will be listing out all the reviews that we have for this particular product, displaying the user's name as well as the the rating and the comment on this product.